Hello everyone and welcome to the 2020-21 Freshman Orientation. I'm Mrs. Williams, the high school counselor, and let me be the first to welcome you to Memphis High School, home of the mighty Memphis Falcons. Mr. Pika, our high school principal, will also be recording other informational videos as well, so be sure and check those out. Let me start by saying that as educators, we understand the difficulties that freshmen face transitioning to a new location with new schedules. But let me assure you, we share those concerns. This year, we are all nervous and anxious as we begin the school year differently than we ever have before. If this pandemic has taught us anything else, or nothing else, it has taught us to appreciate what we have and to be more patient and more flexible. We ask that you please be patient with us as we become accustomed to all the new details we have to follow, and flexible that there may be changes that come as well along the way. No matter what, we are all in this together, and I'm definitely excited to once again see the smiling faces of our students. I'd also like to take this time to introduce a new face into the guidance office. Miss Susie Munyon joins us this year as Miss Sherry Doddridge retired at the end of the school year. She is our new guidance secretary. If you have any questions or concerns, please stop by the guidance office, and me or Miss Susie will help you as much as we can. So this school year starts off in two different sessions. On Wednesday, August 26th, the Monday-Wednesday group will have their first day of school. This group are the students whose last names start with letters A through L. On Thursday, our August 27th, the Tuesday-Thursday group will join us for their first day, and this group is the students whose last name start with M through Z. If you have any questions, please check out our website at memphifalcons.net. The student group lists can be found under the orange bar at the top of the page, where all of our new opening information can be found. On your first day of school, you'll be screened and then report to homerooms. The homeroom lists can be found on the office windows in the front lobby. Mr. Pika will be explaining the details of the screenings as students enter the building in his other video. On Tuesday, August 25th, from 6 to 7:30, all students will be able to come to the high school to pick up schedules. We will be set up in the drive-through rotation so that all parties can stay in their cars. You'll pull up to your grade level table, tell us your name, and we'll hand you your packet. All of the packets will include your schedule along with any other first day information. If you're unable to make it during this time, your packet will be given to you in homerooms on your first day of school. At this time, I will be reviewing the information that will be found in the packets. The first thing you will come to is your schedule. In the top right-hand corner, you will find your homeroom along with your locker and locker assignment. Your locker combination will be on there as well. Then if you look, you'll have the list of classes that you'll be attending. Beside those, in the meeting time column, you'll find both the periods and the room numbers. All of the room numbers in the high school start with the letter 3, and then the second number is a 1 or a 2, and that tells you if it's the first floor or the second floor, and the last 2 digits are the actual room numbers. So that's your schedule. All schedule changes can be made after you've signed up for them in the guidance office. As soon as you enter the guidance office secretary's door, you can just schedule along with your schedule change under your grade level. I will get to you as soon as I can to make those schedule changes. Also, at this time, the schedule changes may be limited due to the numbers. We've lost a few electives this year, so if you've signed up for engineering or advanced weights, we're not having those classes, and other classes have been put in its place, or you may have an additional study hall that you weren't expecting to have. We're hoping to get those classes back in our next schedule, or in our schedule next year. So the next 2 pages in your packet are from the lunch or cafeteria. They have additional information in regards to our cafeteria this year. If you need to, please fill those out and return them to appropriate people. Then we have our back to school forms, a reminder that tells you how to get onto our website to fill out all of the first day forms online. And then the instructions for the OneView parent portal is on the next page. If you have any questions, please call the main secretaries or the guidance secretaries, and they'll be able to help you through the process. The following page is a map of our school. It looks a little bit more complicated than what it is, but if you see the front entrance, that's the middle of our school. If you go to the left, you'll come to our academic wing. Our academic wing is the only part of the building that has two different levels, and they are exactly the same format on the upper level as they are the bottom level. And there's a stairwell at each end. Then if you go to the right, you'll run into our cafeteria and our electives wing. One of the additional pieces of information that we're providing you is that Mr. Pika did a virtual tour of the building, so be sure and tune in for that. The next sheet is a copy of our 2020-21 school calendar, two different breakdowns. And then we have our school drop-off plan, and there's directions, both written and visual, and Mr. Pika will be reviewing those. There's a copy of our bell schedule, which is important because it's changed this year. Previous students are used to an 8-period day, but now we've moved to 7, so the times have changed. Please pay attention, and if you have older students, make sure they notice that as well. And then we have the graduation requirements. For your child, starting with the class of sophomores, the graduation requirements changed a little bit. There are 3 different sections. The first section are your basic core classes, where you have to have 4 English, 4 math, 3 science, 3 social studies, a half a credit of English, or a half a credit of health, and a half a credit of PE, and then some additional electives. The second and third parts of the graduation requirements are what we will be keeping track of in the guidance office. There's a little bit of an explanation on this page. If you have any further questions on that, you can refer to the ODE website. But myself and Miss Susie will be keeping track of everything to make sure that we keep your student on track to graduate. In the packet, we also have the annual notice, the administration of medication form. If your child takes any type of medication during the school day, they'll be required to file this with Miss Robin in the main office. We have the Falcon Pledge this year. Please read through this thoroughly, have your student and parent sign it, and then return it to the main office. I have a remind for the class of 2024, and this, if you sign up for this, you'll be involved in any text with any information regarding your students' information that would come from the guidance office. So this isn't as important until there's junior and senior year, but there's test reminders like ACT testing reminders, any type of scheduling reminders will come through this. Any information that we have that comes out of the guidance office will be delivered through the Remind app. And for seniors, it's a lot of scholarship information. And then last but not least, we have the class fees and lists for you to review. And luckily, our list keeps shortening, so there's not as many as what there used to be. So hopefully, you're looking forward to the school year as much as I am, and we hope to see you next week. If you have any questions, feel free to call the guidance office, and we'll help you the best we can. Thank you.